No other animal expresses affection this way, so why did humans evolve to kiss as a gesture of love? Monkeys kiss, gorillas, bonobos, chimps kiss their babies. Nah, humans aren't even special there. Dogs do the face-licking version and chimps kiss their babies too. Yup, cats too when they clean each other. Humans kiss monkeys, bonobos and chimps. It as nothing weird. I said the same thing but they still want to let me back in the zoo. One harmless little kiss and suddenly it is a lifetime ban. I once saw a lady sloppily make out with glass at the gorilla enclosed at the zoo. We were there for a few minutes and she was still doing it when we left. Humans kiss monkeys. I think we do more than that. Yeah, the premise of the post is wrong, but the question of why humans specifically do romantic kissing is still interesting. Some theories say it's about testing immune compatibility through saliva. True, which kind of shows kissing probably has much deeper evolutionary roots than people think. Exactly, we definitely didn't invent it, we just gave it a different meaning. Facts: affection like that has been around way longer than humans. Humans might not be as unique here as we think. A lot of primates show kiss-like behavior for bonding, comfort, greeting, and reconciliation. Human kissing probably just evolved into a more complex social and romantic signal over time. Exactly, it didn't come out of nowhere. We just gave an old primate behavior a whole lot more meaning. Exactly, affection isn't some uniquely human behavior. Nature has been showing that for a very long time. Sus did a whole video on this. Long story short, no one knows exactly, but there are many theories. My personal favorite is that, before the Industrial Revolution and the invention of baby food, mothers needed some kind of way to mush up food for their children who are weaning and adjusting to eating people food. No baby food or blenders or anything like that, so lots likely just chewed it themselves, then kiss-fed it to their babies. This was likely standard practice for mothers before the agricultural revolution, etc. Then those kids carry that behavior into adulthood as an act of love, trust, and security, and do it to their partners for fun, because it feels good. This doesn't make much sense. People have been able to make mushy food for thousands of years before the Industrial Revolution. All you need is a mortar and pestle, or just squish wet food in a bowl. Then it's just a matter of transferring it to an infant's mouth using either a spoon or your hand. Okay, but you're thinking about this from the perspective of a privileged, soft, coddled, modern human. Not trying to insult, because I am also a privileged, soft, coddled modern human. Think about this from the perspective of an archaic human living in a cave or small tribe of maybe 1,015 other archaic humans. All you know is each other. Technology doesn't even remotely exist. You can maybe control fire and maybe have some primitive stone and wooden tools, but that's it. Now, which is easier? Using time, energy, and resources to create a mortar and pestle or bowl or some other tool to crush food, then feeding it to the kid with your dirty hands, or just using the food crushers God gave you to do it, then cutting out the middleman and giving it to your kid bird style. Quick Google search shows that mortars and pestles have been used since the Stone Age. Also, cutlery is as primitive as you can get. A vaguely flat stone can be used as a makeshift knife or spoon, and chopsticks came from literal sticks. Humans are resourceful when they need to be. I've used toothpicks as forks and coffee stirrers as dessert spoons. Are there any modern-day hunter-gatherer tribes that employ the practice of mothers feeding their babies via mouth to mouth? I think that should settle the theory. I can confirm this. My sub-Saharan wifey did this to our son until he had teeth, but it is difficult for us privileged and spoiled Westerners to conceive of the usefulness of this. I never found French kiss to feel good. On the other hand, touching the boobs at the right moment, of course, is like touching a biological knob that triggers a biological response where chemicals balance just right. Many animals kiss as a form of bonding. Some researchers say it stems from being fed from a parent as a baby. Young animals will beg or lick parents' mouths seeking any food they may have brought. Being cared for and fed releases oxytocin, which continues after the young grow up. Some might argue that humans don't feed their children mouth to mouth, but early people did and some cultures still do. rather than crush up solid food for children who didn't have teeth yet, with tools. Some tribes would chew healthy food for them and then pass it to their kids. Humans kiss primarily to bond, test genetic compatibility, and experience pleasure. Because the lips are incredibly sensitive, kissing triggers a flood of feel-good brain chemicals that build emotional closeness and attraction. How do you test genetic compatibility through kissing? Romantic kissing serves as an evolutionary litmus test for mate selection. Through the exchange of saliva and close-range scents, your brain unconsciously analyzes a partner's major histocompatibility complex MHC genes, a set of genes responsible for your immune system. People are naturally more attracted to the scent and saliva of individuals with different MHC genes. This genetic variety guarantees that any potential offspring will have a stronger, more diverse immune system. Then of course when you kiss someone you are genetically fit for, it also releases different feel-good chemicals to your brain. A lot of things kiss. Kissing also releases a lot of stuff. When you kiss your baby's face, you get a rush of chemicals facilitating bonding, which is why we get that urge to kiss our own kids on the head even if we typically don't kiss babies. Physical affection in general is very important to a lot of mammals as it fosters connection between the species. You're putting your scent on the members of your pack so you know who's kin and who's not. When someone doesn't smell like family, you will naturally be more closed off. Same for if they don't look like family. That's a survival instinct. If someone looks like or smells like someone from your past who hurt you, even if you don't remember, you will be significantly more uneasy subconsciously without knowing why. Your body and mind remember even if you can't consciously perceive it. Kissing is additional closeness. You swapping spit and it as a way to directly bond. Kind of like sharing food but between mates. Humans are just animals with balls after all.